What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, this Wednesday or Thursday, whatever date is now, it looks like it's pretty bad for the Chargers when it comes to injuries. I think their top left tackle Pro Bowler, Rashawn Slater, was carted off the practice field after a left leg injury. They said his leg just kind of gave up, so that's either going to be an ACL or, sadly, even an Achilles. But that was obviously just right after he signed that big-time extension. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. But if that's the case, obviously Joe Alt, who's their top right tackle, played left tackle at Notre Dame, so maybe they move him over and then put whoever on the right side when there's a competition happening in the middle of that offensive line. But yes, hopefully it's nothing serious. I know even Dante Jackson, one of their top free agent cornerbacks they signed, was also limping off the field too later in the practice, so hopefully that is nothing serious as well. But back to a little bit of better news. They did sign Keenan Allen once again to like a 1 year, over $8 million deal. I'm pretty sure a lot of that's not guaranteed. Obviously, if he plays well, he can reach up to that. But either way, it took him forever to sign with the team, so he's going to probably sign anything at this moment. But hopefully he can help out a lot of these younger guys out there on the receiving line. And then Najee Harris, yeah, apparently there's no timetable for his return after he's rehabbing with the eye injury per the coach. And I don't know, yeah, he's just walking around, walking laps, doing that stuff, not really working out. So I don't know how really serious this injury is, but it's looking to be pretty serious. And when it comes to some Antonio Gates highlights or his stats, he said he had 116 career TD receptions, which is 7th amongst all players in NFL history, and of course first amongst all tight ends, which is great. And speaking of that Hall of Fame game, it was apparently one of the highest watched Hall of Fame games since 2021. It had 6.9 million viewers, which is pretty crazy, but obviously had a lot of interesting fantasy players for people to watch, so I'm pretty sure that's why people tuned in. And the Chargers to make a couple of small signings. They signed a defensive lineman, Nesta Jade Silvera, and they waived another defensive lineman, Josh Fuga. And they also signed Thomas Yasmin, which was a tight end, and they released another tight end in Jordan Pataya. So yeah, a couple of guys that they're hopefully upgrading at the same position. And then yes, Denzel Perryman was released earlier this week. He was out of custody. Obviously not going to face any weapon charges and all this stuff, so luckily it was just nothing serious. One of the highest graded rookies from the Hall of Fame game was the cornerback Nico Reed from LA with 95.3 grade. Obviously had a great interception there. And then ML Football did a uniform power rankings, and it looks like the Chargers made the list at number 1. I don't know, I dislike a lot of their colors, especially the powder blues, because they look like UCLA colors to me, especially when they start mixing it with the yellow, and even sometimes it kind of looks like the Rams colors too, who they share a stadium with. So I kind of prefer the darker color when they had it, when it was Phillip Rivers and LT, because it made a better difference in my opinion. But overall, I think they haven't had much success in those darker navy blue colors, but hopefully they can return to dominance this season.